Previously on Spider-Man. Also, you know the opening credit sequence is going to be as long as shit when it takes 2 minutes to show footage from the first movie and you haven't even gotten to the second movie yet. Long as shit opening credit sequence is more than 3 minutes long. Yet another fucking baby saved from another burning building. Thank God we didn't actually see it again.
Parker? You got something to add?
Dumbass professor can't see the glaring reflection of light that Peter is shielding his eyes from. This is the Mary Jane Watson career path to acting stardom. Perfume billboard ads, stage play, third billing in a Broadway musical. For someone who can't sing for shit, this is an interesting strategy. Two fat guys sit next to the smaller put-upon main character and squish him cliché.
They say that falling in love is wonderful.
All the seats are still filled in the theater after this opening lyric. Where is Harry Osborn's handlebar mustache? He could be twirling it right now.
I need to talk to you. Explain things.
Things I could have easily explained in one short sentence back when you first found out I was Spider-Man, but had to delay saying so that this movie we're in right now could even exist.
You see, when the sound waves, they propagate, then it's like an...
You are such a nerd.
She said it. We didn't. Terrible student from the first film has grown smart enough in a handful of years to be building hover gliders and perfecting chemical serums and shit. Webpanic. 3 shooting stars in a row? Are you f***ing kidding me?
I'd like to sing on stage for the rest of my life.
Good luck with that one. Also, don't say your wishes out loud, you stupid idiot. No wonder you end up getting fired. Venom's space projectile conveniently lands a few yards from Peter, allowing the rest of this movie to happen. Secret of the Ooze. Also, evil shit from space? It's one thing to create supervillains from hubris, but now alien life? What's next, the Leprechaun? After the Harry serum scene and the Venom scooter attachment scene, we definitely need to go straight into yet another villain setup scene. Unobservant cops are unobservant. Flint Marko waits all of 2 car lengths before popping out of his hiding spot to watch the cops drive away. Unlocked child's bedroom window in a sketchy part of town. Also, sick child cliché. Also, all the letters he sent got returned cliché. Cops looking for escaped convict wait a good while before checking his wife and kid's house. Peter woke his aunt up at 2:10 in the morning. Peter is a dick to ants.
This ring, dazzling, in front of me. I thought it was the sun.
Oh no, you didn't.
We've been married 50 years.
If it wasn't for you. Well, shit, I don't know how Harry knew that Peter would be driving his moped around at this hour on this street, but fuck it. Action time. Also, Peter's spidey sense needs to get f***ing fired. Oh, come on, that thing fell and bounced and is definitely lost forever. If you're gonna say the ring wants to be found because it has a mind of its own, then it should never fly out of his control in the first f***ing place. Oh wait, this isn't The Hobbit, is it? Is this movie saying he's already healed in 3 minutes, or is the movie saying these blades that made him scream didn't actually break the skin? Super serum must make you invincible. I thought it just made you strong and fast.
He just broke out of Rikers.
Why were all the letters he wrote to his daughter from Wrightstown, New Jersey? Rikers is in the Bronx.
He's on the run. He's in the marshlands. I think we got him.
Cop waits until fugitive is nearly captured to tell police captain there is even a fugitive in the first place. Also, we couldn't catch him when he was at his family's apartment, but we think we got him now in the marshlands. You know, the second most obvious place to find a fugitive. Flint apparently had no issue with the razor wire on the top of this fence. This particle physics lab leaves open spaces in the ground so that any f***ing thing can fall into it. Also, even though it's supposedly dark outside, it looks bright enough that Flint should have seen this huge hole before falling in. The best particle physics tests take place at 3 in the morning.
There's a change in the silicon mass.
Yeah, it's probably a bird. It'll fly away when we fire it up.
And this is me giving you the bird. Police chasing the guy are far enough behind to miss the whole damn incident cliché.
He's gotta be okay. But there's been some memory impairment, particularly short-term memory.
Wow, what are the odds?
Is it permanent?
It could be. Only time will tell.
It sounds like Harry has screenwriter's discretion disease.
My father, he died, right?
Harry conveniently loses his memory all the way to the most crucial moment so that he and Peter can be friends again.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you guys to scoot, okay?
What an asshole. This is a pretty awesome sequence, actually, but did the science people conduct an experiment on this sand and then just go home immediately without checking on the effects of said experiment? Wait, how did the locket survive the particle physics thing? Shouldn't Flint be part locket right now? Damn, this goo hitched a ride on the back of Peter's motorcycle and then just decided to crash at his place for a while. Does it have a plan to infect Peter Parker, or does it just need a place to stay?
What is that thing doing in my background?
This guy says this before the thing in question actually comes into view in the background in the next shot. Also, there's club music blaring and the photographer is straight out of Zoolander, but this isn't a high-fashion shoot. It's not even a high-energy shoot. It's a photo shoot for a print ad for a photocopier. Gwen Stacy just happens to be in the building where Spider-Man needs to save the day. Polite debris. Gwen has nothing to hold on to in order to prevent this fall, but everyone can be Spider-Man in this universe.
I work at the Daily Bugle, and I'm dating your daughter.
But this series of unbelievable coincidences doesn't matter right now. I'm just here to take pictures. Movie unintentionally inspires the cheesy turning of the crane sequence in unnecessary rights-related reboot 5 years later. Man, people are taking an orgy of pills in this movie. First we have Flint's daughter, and then there was Aunt May, and now Jonah. This movie subliminally wants me to take drugs, doesn't it? I know Sam Raimi loves his brother, but I don't. Also, who the f*** are these girls? Are they like newspaper slogan pitch meeting cheerleaders? Wow, they gave Stan Lee actual dialogue. I like his cameos better when he's silently listening to headphones or nearly getting squashed by falling debris.
We always appreciated how you helped me through high school.
See, Harry is f***ing dumb. They fired her from the show, but security didn't get the memo any sooner than Mary Jane did.
What is she doing here? Well, Gary was supposed to call her agent.
Gary was supposed to call her agent, cliche. Couldn't the critics just be okay with Mary Jane so that this didn't bog down the movie? Also, how can Mary Jane's talent agency be so terrible they don't forward the message that she's been fired from the play, but be so f***ing insanely good as to land her the gig in the first place when she can't sing for shit?
One critic?
No, all the papers, dear.
So, do Broadway shows really fire lead actresses after one performance if the reviews are bad enough? And if they do, how did the directors and the producers of that show get any work ever again, considering they just publicly outed themselves as absolutely terrible at judging singing talent? There's no way Mary Jane would think this applause is for her, since everyone is facing the other way towards Spider-Man right now. Also, I know we want Mary Jane to have a shitty moment here, but these people all start clapping way the hell before any of them could have known Spidey was about to swing by. Also, New York City, city of 10 million, where any coincidence you dream up is possible, including Spider-Man swinging by to a standing ovation just as Mary Jane finds out she's fired. Sandman just happens to be near a sand truck when the cops identify him. Jeez, was this cop gonna try and murder Flint with a shovel? Fire! Are you f***ing kidding me? Also, there's the NYPD again, firing wildly at an occupied building in the middle of the day. Shazam! No, wrong comic book property. He's with DC now.
Go ahead, lay one on me.
Peter is a dick to his girlfriend. Sandman conveniently flies past the Spider-Man Key to the City celebration on his way to rob an armored car. The wrestling announcer turned theater usher from the first two movies now lives his lifelong dream of being a maitre d'.
You have no idea how I feel right now.
I know exactly how you feel.
Oh look, Peter and MJ are having the same argument. Still, it's not a Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie without a scene of Peter leaving an answering machine message for MJ while MJ stands there listening.
Originally, we thought that this man, Dennis Carradine, was your husband's killer. We were wrong.
We captured a guy we think actually did it, but we never told you until he escaped from prison.
Turns out Mr. Carradine was only an accomplice.
To the robbery of the wrestling match? This movie is already too damn long, and now here's a 10-minute scene that wouldn't remotely be necessary if we weren't trying to literally rewrite the previous movies just to make this movie's plot make sense. So, Carradine robbed an amateur wrestling operation, ran out, and then had to go find his accomplice, who was supposed to steal some car somewhere so they could get away? Carradine didn't need any help with the robbery? What the plan is that? Man, it's about time this goo paid rent, right? Also, Venom can.
Don't let any of that get on you. It has the characteristics of a symbiote, which needs to bond to a host to survive.
Or hang out in an apartment for a week getting stoned, or whatever goo does. All bad guys can tell when Spider-Man is sneaking up on them, cliche. Flint Marko has the same weakness as the aliens from Signs. Good thing for him it hasn't rained yet in this movie.
Good riddance.
Dude, mud gets dry again at some point. There's really no reason to just assume off the bat that Flint Marko will never be seen again. Hell, you only just found out water was his weakness 10 seconds ago. Are you absolutely sure you understand how his sand properties work? Character must have a forced physical change to parallel their emotional change, cliche. We interrupt the Spider-Man movie to bring you something that has no business whatsoever in a Spider-Man movie.
I've fallen in love with someone else.
Seriously, there's no reason whatsoever why Mary Jane would do this. She would, in reality, say, hey, Harry's gonna try and kill you, and he wants me to pretend to break up with you to hurt your feelings first. Go kick his ass because you're f***ing Spider-Man and he's f***ing Harry, and you nearly killed him the last time and you weren't even ready for that fight. End of movie. Roll credits. F***. What? Dude, Peter, he's obviously in the cafe bathroom or possibly crawling around on the floor of the cafe. Those are the only two options. Harry Osborn is not capable of disappearing completely in a whisper like Batman. And if we're being honest here, I mean truly f***ing honest, Batman shouldn't be able to do it either. But at least that motherfucker's an actual trained ninja and shit. Geez, Spider-Man can't sneak up on anyone. Well, here we are, 45 minutes of the movie left. Peter and Harry are now fighting over a woman. We haven't met Venom yet, and Sandman is still out there. They've got a lot to establish and wrap up in the length of a Law & Order episode. These girls are looking at Peter like he's a jackass, which he is, but strangely, the secretary at the newspaper actually does want to f*** emo Peter. Oh shit, I forgot all about Flint Marko. Oh, wait, no, only Peter did. And I guess Sam Raimi for the last 30 minutes of the movie. And oh look, despite the fact that he has nothing but particles of sand drifting through the sewer water, he was able to still hold on to that locket somehow. I am watching Spider-Man, right? Did I walk into the wrong auditorium? Hey, it's raining. I hope Flint Marko grabbed an umbrella somewhere. Brock just happens to go to church at the same time Spidey goes to church to deal with his identity crisis. Yeah, Brock, bells are a completely strange noise to hear in a church. You should totally act shocked that you heard a bell and then go check it out. Damn, you can just go anywhere in this church, especially if the plot needs you to be Venom for the last 30 minutes of the movie.
Parker.
There is no way that he sees this as Peter from all the way down here. Here's what this movie needed, a third villain. Sandman was waiting for Spider-Man in a random alley somewhere.
I want to kill the spider. You want to kill the spider.
Villains team up to kill a hero, cliche. creepy Uncle Newscaster.
The hostage has been identified as Mary Jane Watson.
Mary Jane is in some sort of danger cliche. Also, is this the Exposition News Network?
We're now going to take you live to the scene.
Now that I've spent 5 minutes setting the stage, gee, I hope none of the details I just listed have changed during the time it took me to list all those details.
The blade that pierced his body came from his glider.
What? Does this f***ing guy have short-term memory loss too? Why did he wait like 3 to 5 years to tell Harry this shit? Also, I know that because in my spare time, I'm an expert forensic scientist.
Oh, my spider sense is tingling. If you know what I'm talking about.
This movie doesn't even know what you're talking about, but good boner reference. Goblin Ex Machina. So here's Goblin flying from behind a building, so from where did he throw that bomb? Did he throw it and then go hide somewhere?
Films extra.
This little girl was setting up this burn for quite a while then, because she was pantomiming taking photographs long before he tried buying her camera. Venom takes several minutes off from this fight just to chill and regain his strength, or something, I guess. He's certainly not on camera for a good 5 minutes or more. Yeah, but since he's made up entirely of sand and can keep bonding himself back into one piece, what the f does this actually mean?
Eddie, the suit, you gotta take it off.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Why doesn't he just kill Spider-Man now? It's not like Eddie has ever been a good person this entire movie. What kind words are going to appeal to him now that he's Venom?
My daughter was dying. I needed money.
So, naturally, I robbed the underground wrestling cash register.
Then I saw my partner running over with the cash. And the gun was in my hand.
So now we're back at the horseshit story about Flint killing Ben, but now no one is responsible for killing Ben? It was an accident! Everyone is good!
I'm not asking you to forgive me.
Good, because you're still kind of a bad person.
Whatever battle we have raging inside us, we always have a choice. My friend Harry taught me that. He chose to be the best of himself.
Only after finding out you didn't kill his father.
It's wonderful. Must have the precious.
It's not about you, you mathematical dick!
I can change, I can change!
What if you remain a sandy little butthole?
There's a snake in my boots! Hi, it's me.
Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
And that is the truth that you left behind, right there in that bedroom.
Freeze, Mommy.
Bang, bang! Oh! Oh! She got us, baby. Mom got us. Oh, I'm dying.
I'm dying.